Welcome to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. This video is going to take you out for a walk on the beach and check out the seaweed situation. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Just for context, we have a map here and I'll circle this section right here. This is where I normally do my walk at the end of Avenue Constituente in front of the Hilton, but I'm gonna do a walk in this section right here, right near Parque Los Fundadores, right beside the ferry dock. Here we go. Welcome to beautiful Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Just gonna show you to the right here. This is where you would catch the ferry or get off the ferry. And there's two companies there that have been in business for a long time, and a third company has just started. Ferry company has just started, and these ferries go over to Cozumel, and it's about a 40, I think, to 50-minute ferry ride, and you can see Cozumel just on the horizon beyond the sign there. So there's the Playa del Carmen sign. We're gonna head down onto the beach and check out the seaweed situation. Now I think sunrise today was 7:09 or 7:11. It's getting earlier and earlier. We've got some people here working on the beach, and you can understand with the heat of the day and the sun why people want to get out here and get the work done earlier. And likewise with the seaweed, they want to get rid of the seaweed as quickly as possible. Now it's been a real up and down. I think this is week 12 or 13. We're 3 months into this, checking out the seaweed situation, and there is a pile of it. Like I said, it is early, and they are normally out around 6:30 getting this stuff picked up, and here comes a big wheelbarrow. So just to give you the background, if you haven't been watching my channel for the last 12 weeks, 3 months, started out, I guess, in January. There was next to nothing, and then in February, I predicted February 15th the seaweed would start, and I predicted that because last year it came in February 15th, and there is some new, you can tell by the color of that it's really new seaweed. Doesn't smell that bad, not toxic yet. Usually about 48 hours after it's been out of the water, it becomes toxic, but you can tell by the light color of that it is still, it's just come out of the water and it's not really toxic. But we're here to look at the amount of seaweed on the beach here. Now it looks like they've been cleaning up for, I'm going to say, an hour. You can see the rake marks there that they've been cleaning up. Well, I think those might be wheelbarrow marks too. And that seaweed looks pretty new, meaning it's probably just come out of the water the last 10 hours. You can see the ferry dock to the right there, and those ferries leave every hour going over to Cozumel. Now here comes another wheelbarrow, and I'm walking now on the tracks. You can see that there's some big tracks from tractors, I guess. So that means the big machinery has been brought in here. Now just to backtrack a few weeks, now there's the big track. So backtrack a couple weeks, I told you February 15th the seaweed was going to really start. It started on February 15th as I predicted, but then the following few days a number of scientists and journalists reported that it would not get any worse between February 15th and April 1st. And why is that of significance? Because last year from February 15th, by March 15th, it was 10 feet. It was like a big snowbank of seaweed when you got out of the water. And looking out at the water, there was at least a 10 to 15 feet of just seaweed laying there. There's no way you could get from the beach into the water without going over at least 8 feet of seaweed and then swimming through 8 to 10 feet of seaweed to get to some open water. Why is that significant? Because look at it now. We are into March now, and it is 10 times better than it was last year at this time. So what I'm saying is that that latest literature from the scientists and the journalists is coming true. It said as of February 15th, it came in, but they said it's not going to get any worse between February 15th and April 1st. I just showed you a video on Wednesday, and the beaches looked awesome. And you probably think, well, why has this got seaweed and the other video that I showed you on Wednesday, the beaches looked awesome? That beach on Wednesday that I put out was filmed at 2 in the afternoon. This one is filmed just after sunup. So by the time you get out to these beaches, I'm gonna say probably around 1 o'clock, most of the seaweed is gone. Now what I've heard is that some of the resorts up north are adding a $2 cost to their everyday cost to every kind of resident at these all-inclusives to hire these people to come out and to clean up the seaweed. And they're doing an unbelievable job. Last year it seemed like at this time they had just given up. There would be 8 to 10 feet of seaweed between you and the water, and then it was all in the water. It is not like that right now. I'm saying we probably have maybe 4 feet there, but they are still trying to manage this seaweed situation. And it does not smell right now, meaning it's new, it's coming in, and they're getting rid of it. This is what it looks like in the morning. People were kind of complaining in the comment section saying, hey, listen, I was at such and such a beach today and there's no seaweed. Yes, that's why I put that video out on Wednesday, the last one, where I said it looked lovely, because they're coming out and they're still managing it and they're paying these people, and there were only 2 people here cleaning the beach 2 months ago. Now you've got 50 plus, and you've got some families coming up and down the beach, and they are collecting garbage and making this beach look as good as possible to keep the tourists coming down. So my conclusion at this point is it's 10 times better than it was last year at this time, which is good. There's a famous Playa del Carmen statue, and that's Parque Los Fundadores right behind it. Just gonna kind of close up on these guys out in the water. They have got seaweed, and they are having a seaweed fight. You can see them throwing at each other. And I would probably go for a swim one of these days just to go out and show you what it looks like out there. But they're having fun, and they're making the best of it out there, throwing it around each other. It's not toxic when it's out there, but some people don't like brushing up against it because they get stings from jellyfish and stuff like that. And that's why they're kind of concerned about swimming up against the seaweed when it's out there. But those guys are having no problem. They're throwing it out and having some fun with it. So at this point, what I would say is it is 10 times better than it was last year. People are asking me, should I book a trip? Should I come down? And I'm just going to say, if, as predicted, they're saying between February 1st and April 1st, it's not going to get any worse. I think Playa del Carmen, they seem to be managing it, and by 1 p.m. in the afternoon, when people will come out to the beach, it looks like it's all cleaned up and you wouldn't even know it's there. So I will be back on Wednesday with another update. I'm just going to continually keep doing this. I'm going to say thanks for coming along on the walk today, and ciao for now. If you have any questions, pop them in the comment section.